Michael Brown, Keller Williams, Realty NYC Group. I'm the team leader for the Bronx office. We're on Eastchester Road, Astor Avenue, Center, Bronx. And my team, we operate out of the Scarsdale Market Center, Westchester County. I'd like to say we stop at 287, the highway, but every now and then we go a little bit north. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, what in the world is happening? What does the city look like? What's the energy like over the championship?
Man, everybody's wearing red and blue. So if this video was yesterday, I would have had on my I'm sorry, orange and blue. I would have had on my orange polo and on my blue blazer. But the city is just fired up. And someone had said something yesterday. I don't know if it was Fat Joe or another New Yorker was like, this is the stuff that unites New Yorkers.
Yes.
Forget politics, forget all the other stuff. When one of our sports teams win, it just unites everyone. Unfortunately, people take it a little too crazy. I saw cars being burned and all that stuff. That's a
Yes.
little out of hand, but that is not representative of New York. All right, cars being burned. That's more like a Boston, Philly thing.
Right. Yeah, I saw a bus or two on fire.
Yeah,
I thought,
yeah,
yeah, that's crazy. But you know what? It's crazy. It happens. Yeah, Boston, Philly. I mean, I've seen it happen on the West Coast. It
yeah,
just happens. It
yeah,
gets a little out of hand.
yeah.
It's great. I think it's great for sport. Someone who hasn't done it in 53 years, I think it shows that you can do it. You just have to keep your head down and keep working, keep working. You
You
got to
said
have
it.
the right leaders in place. I
That's right.
think like you there in NYC, like I
That's right.
said, I'm so appreciative, one, of your time, but more importantly, I think of your leadership
Thank you.
because we don't have tons of leadership around the country that looks like tall, dark, and handsome. Like you, my brother, we don't have
Thank-
we need more. But
and it's
again,
funny you talk about leadership because that's such a it's a touchy sub not touchy in the sense that ooh, but I remember growing up as a kid, my parents and older folks in my family, I would always ask them, are you going to get into management? Are you the manager, the thing of this wherever you work? And they were like, hell no, why would I do that? You work more and you get paid less. And I think there was this misconception about what leadership looked and felt like growing up, and now being in it. You get to tailor it for your style. Having Gary V on stage at the family reunion, it was eye opening to hear someone just be kind of New Yorkish, kind of brash,
yes,
and didn't have to be so polished. And I think you can be a leader like that. You can be a polished leader. You can be all types of leaders, but I think number one, just be authentic.
yes.
And just be super authentic with your people and be genuine. And I think that rings through wherever you are. And I think that's why you and I connect, because every time I see you, it's like, I'm serious. You're like a brother. It's like, I can see you from a mile away, and it's like, yo, what's up, man? A big bright smile. And I think in our world, it's hard to connect because sometimes we're just like hard, or we have this outer shell and we're not open to connecting. So it was just a pleasure meeting you years ago, and just gotta be open to connecting as leaders.
Well, I think that's been one of the changes that I love seeing because I've been with this company now headed toward 26 years, and I can
Wow.
remember 25 years ago, I'd go to Mega Camp Family Reunion and different things around the country. One, there weren't many who looked like us,
That's right.
but I also
That's right.
found that people weren't as receptive when I introduced myself. Occasionally, people would give me that side eye, like, "What do you want? What are you doing?" Right? And I'm like, "I'm just trying to connect." Right?
That's right. We're
Today,
we're
it is
quick to
it's
say
fine.
no to whatever. We're like, no.
Yes.
You don't
Yeah.
even know what you said
Exactly.
no to half the time.
Yeah, I'm just trying to shake your hand, find out what part of the country you're in.
Absolutely.
Today, I think it's an art that many of us are mastering because today people are very receptive to
Yeah.
meeting you, getting your information, old school, giving you a business card or
Yep.
scanning your blink or whatever, or taking a
That's right.
digital business card. Because I think we have seen the evolution of business from market center,
That's right.
trusted professional. Like I said, last year, one of every five deals I did was referred to me. This year, we're pacing behind that. It's probably more
Right.
like 15 to 18%, but that's real business. And
Yeah.
so, again,
Yeah.
I think we just need to be open and understand people don't want anything other than to connect and make sure that when they have an opportunity in Westchester, in the Bronx, in Harlem, they know
Yeah.
who to contact
That's right.
and vice versa,
That's
right?
and vice versa. We
Yes,
have to reciprocate. This is a relationship, and we have
100%.
to come from contribution. And so if I can't give a transaction, hey, can I get on a Zoom with you? Can
Yes,
I teach in your market center? What
yes,
can I do to provide any kind of value to your world, right? Because I can't just be a taker or
that's right.
a subtractor. I got to add or multiply to your world in some way, some form.
Indeed. Well,
Yeah.
you're doing that now with
Thank you.
your students that you're mentoring and coaching.
Yeah.
What's one thing right now that you're harping on, you're teaching, you're telling about technology or anything? What's the
So
one key message?
it's funny. It's tech related, but now we're all into this social media stuff. Everything is social media, and people are still trying to perfect it, right? Still trying to make sure that I don't even think I brushed my hair today, and and making sure their jackets are like just go out there and shoot the shot, and go out and then be consistent with it. So my wife, she's been trying to not break into social media, but she's passionate about some things about her health challenges and where she's gone in life. And every morning she shoots these videos, and in her phone she has like 40 videos that she's never posted. I'm like, just post one, and so just go for it, guys. Just be out there, just be authentic, be you. People are waiting for you to show up in their feeds because they got enough of everybody else,
Yes, love
you
that.
know.
They
So just
need you. They
be
want
and
you.
be
Yes.
consistent. In the last 30, 45 days, I post 3 videos a day. I take the weekends off because I just try to be in the zone with the kids, but just being consistent, and I try to be what I want my agents to do, right? Like
Yes.
videos don't have to be perfect. They're 30 seconds, some are a minute, I'm rambling, some I'm not. But I'm just being consistent and getting in front of the camera.
The stuff at your market center is so funny because I see them all, and I love it. And again, it
Thank you.
speaks to your consistency.
Thank
So
you.
the interviews that you're doing,
Yeah.
is there a title, or you're just teaching through your social media in this outlet?
So that's a great question. So it started with I went to a class one day and the teacher was like, I think it was a social media AI class, and they were like, "Well, plug your social media link into here and see the audience that you're speaking to, and is that the audience you want to talk to?" And I did that, and I realized I was just talking to everybody, and I really started to tailor the conversation to us. Then, and when I say us, people that look and feel like us, people that live in these cities, and the the reception has been amazing, right? And I think of it like almost like an Apple, like how Apple and the iPod came about. The bell curve. They went after this small little niche because they knew if they went after this niche, everybody would come after, and that's what happened. And so that's what I'm doing with my market or the people that I'm talking to. I want to talk to us because I don't think anyone's talking to us.
Hmm.
Or people that are talking to us, do they look like us? Or are they just trying to sell us something? I have nothing to sell. I have no agenda. I have no weekly class that I'm putting on. I'm not charging $9.99 for anything. I just want people to get what they need to get and move forward. When I talk about the Bronx and development, I talk from a place of, growing up in Brooklyn and missing the boat, and my parents not having the foresight to put their money together, and their aunts, and they were all living in their separate apartments. Combined rents were paying over $4,000 a month. We could have owned 2 brownstones in Brooklyn.
Yes.
We could be. I wouldn't even be talking to you today, Ben. But I speak from that perspective, and so I'm really trying to tailor my conversations to who I want to target and who I want to be in business with. I want to be in business with us.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it. I love
Yeah.
it. That's a help. It's an easy transition into this question. So more than 2 decades, okay, in the business, and you're watching the Bronx, Harlem, Brooklyn,
Yeah.
Westchester evolve. What's the lesson about people that you've learned from watching entire communities change over time?
Mm, mm. That's a good one. That's like a Judge Judy question.
Yeah.
I would say that over time, I think hindsight is 2020. kind of just thinking about my story. I've watched families move from wherever they move, and they move further north or west. They go to Jersey, they go to upstate, hour away from the city, and most of the time it's by choice because they wanted a higher quality of life, or they wanted whatever, they wanted more space, they wanted X. But what I found is that the financial prosperity that we were all looking for came from planting the seed in your communities here locally. Because when I got out of college, 2 or 3 years out of college, I bought my first apartment. I moved into my first apartment, then I bought my first apartment. And I remember talking to my boss at the time, who was the only black buyer at Saks Fifth Avenue. I was in sales. I was in retail at the time. I was an assistant buyer for Saks Fifth Avenue. And I had the opportunity to buy an apartment in Riverdale or Harlem, two vastly different communities. Harlem is sexy, us, everything. And Riverdale is very conservative and already established. And a brother of mine is writing a book about trauma and how brothers move out of neighborhoods after they get out of college. And I didn't realize it was trauma. I just thought I just wanted something nicer, and I realized that we don't know what we have until we don't have it anymore. So the waterfront places where, that we could have, wherever, even where you are, but I'm sure it happens. And it's not just New York, it happens
Right.
everywhere. I hear of black beach communities, right? And when I hear that, I'm like, a black beach community, where? And then, make sure you keep that house because those beach communities change. And VRBO comes into town and the internet money comes into town, and then there's no longer a black beach community. Right. And so hindsight, I say, is 2020. It's easy to say that now, but just be aware of what's happening, and it's gradual than sudden. Before you know it, things change and it's too late.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, from a leadership standpoint,
Yeah.
I mean, you've helped agents grow, market centers grow. Uh, what's a leadership decision that felt unpopular at the time, but proved to be exactly the right move you needed?
That's a tough one. And I think that whew, I think that has a lot to do with the who's in your world. And I think being in Keller and being in real estate's big on recruiting and getting numbers, and but you got to make sure you got the right who's in your world,
Hmm.
because it can help growth come a lot quicker, or it can cannibalize the office and make your work a lot harder.
Hmm.
Right. And unfortunately, bad juju takes hold faster sometimes than good juju, good noise. So just be mindful of the who's in your world. And, when you hear those little things, get ahead of it before they become big things. Because one or two people can wreck a 200-man office. It blows my mind that could happen, but that can easily happen.
Easily. And I think I won't recite the author because I'm awful at that, but I think it's Who Not How is a great book, and I learned so much about
Yeah.
it. And having been in this business for over 30 years before I hired my great who, and
Mm-hmm.
she impacted my world. Again, as you look at, I don't know if you can see Destiny's beautiful face and
I
others on the
see
screen.
the people there, but yeah, yeah.
Yes, yeah,
It
Destiny
sounds
is
like she's made your life
absolutely.
amazingly better.
Indeed. Yeah, she's my who right now.
That's right.
And again, we still have improvements to make because we're
Of
always
course.
growing, but leverage is so important. And for those who don't have a great who, I would suggest that you find that person. They don't have to be salaried. Destiny makes damn good money, and she's going to make even better money, right?
Right, right,
But I think
right.
it's utilizing leverage. And again, we're we're putting out a new postcard because again, if you saw the video I did for international, and it's gotten good traction. They asked, I don't even remember what the question was, but I my answer to them was, again, proximity to greatness will help you
Yes.
elevate. And I think
Yes.
that means surrounding yourself with good people, being in the room with good people. Having that imposter syndrome is okay, because you realize you're like, damn, I can't believe I'm in this room. I think you're there for a reason, but also it should help you level up.
That's
Being
right.
with big thinkers, again, I love seeing what you're doing there. And
Thank you.
again, I think life is so short because I'm a very mature brother. Now,
You wouldn't
right?
know it though, because the way you move and the way you talk and just the way you
Come
present
on,
yourself,
baby. Come
you seem
on.
like you always seem like an and I mean this sincerely. Look at you, brother. You're jumping on Zooms. You're doing these things, and there are agents in our community who've been in the business as long as you that won't even try to get on. Would totally be like, this is not for me. I'm not going to touch it.
Right.
You know, and
Well,
you consistently keep reinventing yourself, and that's what I want to be around because
yeah.
it forces me to get better and reinvent myself. Like Ben getting better, shoot, I better put my stuff down, and go
I,
get better.
I, well,
Look,
this community, we all
AJ
want to
had
grow
posted
together.
something on in the Black Realtors Network. I was like, my man AJ,
Yes.
there's certain brothers that
Yes.
when you see them,
Oh man.
you guys are aspirational, and I
Yes.
mean this sincerely. There wasn't anything like that locally for me to see.
No.
So when I would come to these events and see you, see AJ, see the Bo and McKinsey and his wife, you're like mind blown, bro.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Mind completely blown.
Yeah. Well, Alan and Crystal have blessed me by joining us on this platform. And again, I
Yeah,
appreciate him, what he's doing.
yeah,
I mean, the empire that he's building, it does, man. I
yeah.
think fortunately we're at a point now where it's not the crab in the bucket mentality that we're used to. Now
That's
we
right.
want to see everybody level up. And
That's right.
I got so many friends from around this country in my office. One of my best buddies, you probably don't see him on the screen, Steve Markell. His office is right next to mine. My
Yeah.
best friend, girl, Kelly, she's down the hall about 4 doors away.
No
You
way.
know, yeah, I'm so fortunate, man, just to be surrounded, I think, by loving individuals who are
Yeah.
caring, genuine. I want the
Genuinely
best for
care.
them, 100%.
Yes. That's right.
Surround
That's right.
yourself with that, and it'll
Yeah.
help you grow for sure.
Yep. When you said the Who Not How book, I think growing up as a kid, it was always how. How am I going to get it done?
Hmm.
And as a kid, it's such a different concept to think of the who, especially as a man too. Because as a man, we're like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna do it on my own, by hook or crook. And I realized that is not that is a recipe for disaster and burnout.
100.
You know, so
Yes.
that was
Yeah.
my takeaway from what you've been doing.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So, out of um, everything that you're doing, what what part of your impact will remain past Michael
Mm,
Brown?
mm, man. So the legacy, right? And
Yes.
I
Yes.
think when we think about legacy, we often think about money. For me, it's so something that's happening in a market center that I'm part of, but I'm the team leader in a different market center. We've been doing this for, oh my God, this 13, 14 years. It's called the Masquerade Ball. And when I was an ALC member, first starting at Keller Williams and, joining an ALC and starting a committee, we started this ball. And it started out as just a party, party we get dressed up as and wear a mask. And now that has evolved into the largest fundraiser that this market center does. And it's taken a life of its own.
Hmm.
And I don't need anyone to say that I did it, but I know that I created this, right? And
Yes.
I can sleep at night knowing that I've done some good in my life, and so what is the next thing that I'm going to do that has a similar impact in our community? And Julia Israel was in town recently. She was she was teaching something at Hudson Gateway at our MLS, and she said there's two ways to run this business: be community based, giving it to the people, and doing it that way, or numbers and leads and both ways are fine. But what would give you more happiness or more peace in mind, right? And the community based aspect I found was really what resonates with me and just my lifestyle and having two kids and when we go to the store, I want to be able to look behind me and see someone that we might have helped or someone that saw and not have to duck and not have to
Yes.
they might even be wearing a T-shirt with my team. I want to be in a community where people know us and we're part of not for fame, but for
Yes.
what we've done in the community.
Impact, and that's where
Impact. There
that
it goes.
question started, was
Yep.
impact. And I know you're leaving one, and I loved hearing about the masquerade ball because we do a casino night, and it's our largest fundraiser here.
Yeah.
For me, for my business, I started 4 years ago with a jazz experience because I'm a jazz freak. I love the music, and
Yeah.
just the atmosphere and the people. It started innocently, a free event. Now we've evolved because of the brothers at the coalition team. They were like, Ben, for everything you're doing, you need to, a fee, have people pay. And so last year, it's grown. This year, we were able to, I think we made, oh my goodness, I think we made $6,500, I think,
Wow.
that goes to two of my charities.
Right.
And so it's taking a life on its own. This coming Sunday is my annual Father's Day brunch. I think my buddy Steve and
Oh, that's
about
awesome.
20 or 25 of my clients will be there. And it's interesting. Like you said, it's just it starts so gradual and then it's all of a sudden. And these
It starts
things,
to steamroll, it
yeah,
sounds
it
like.
does.
Yeah,
And it's
man.
exciting. It's exciting to see. But again, it's not about me. It's about bringing the community together, introducing my friends and clients and the relationships that are started there. And it's our small way of giving back.
Yep.
And even this platform that we're on, it started, and the password is still give where you live.
Yeah.
Because about 6, 7 years ago, our team leader asked us to do something different with our committees. And so my committee was about giving back in philanthropy. I'm fortunate in this business that I'm in a position that I give of my time, but I also write some large checks, right?
That's right.
And that's where this whole thing started. And I think we're at a point now where just your time is in many cases more valuable than writing a darn check.
That's
And
right.
we've all been served so well by the communities that we impact. And it's our small way of giving back to those who've supported us. That's what
Absolutely.
that's all about. So
Absolutely. No other in what's the intention behind it, but just to give back to the
100%.
community. Yeah. Yeah.
100%. All
Yeah.
right. See, our time is so short, man. It moves so quick.
Then it goes by so fast.
It
I
does.
am thankful for
Yeah.
being on this platform with you and your
Yeah.
people. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everyone who watched me
Yeah.
ramble on about
Oh,
crazy.
well, you know what? I've got one or two other questions, but again, and it's real quick.
Yeah.
So with the agents that are coming through the market center, because every day, Michael, we have, gosh, I'll have anywhere from 1 to 3 or 4 parade past my office that are looking at joining us. When you see somebody, are you able to tell within a minute or so if you think they've got what it takes, to make it in this business?
Man. So every now and then I pick the bad horse,
Yeah.
so I had another gentleman join recently, and I was like, "This is the," I'm telling you, and I was wrong,
Uh-huh.
and not wrong in the sense that he wasn't the one, but um, I think this business you can get a mirage real quick. They show up for the first 10 days, and they're like this, and so sometimes I got to see that 60, 90. You got to see the
Yes.
longevity of that because
Yes.
that's what it's really about, and can you weather the storm? So he started off great, man. I gave him my mojo, I let him rock out, and then it was like, meow.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
So
I'm seeing
so
the
now
same.
now I'm a little reserved on picking those horses.
Yeah. If there is, if we're betting on a horse or two, is there a sign that you get or an intuition? Because I've got one right now. I feel like, man, this guy, he's got an amazing database from his previous business. I think he's got it. But again, he's only been around for a month. I need to see 60, 90, 120.
That's right.
Then
That's
then
right.
I'll know. Then I'll know.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think what you're touching on too is grit. Do they have? If I can
Yes.
see because that's what we have.
Hmm.
We can go 60, 90 days, head down, do the work,
Yes.
look up and see what happened. Not even really, head down 30, 60 days, look up again and see what happens. So I'm waiting to see that.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
waiting to see
Yeah.
that.
Well, it's coming. So
Yeah.
you're not gonna make the trip down to Mega Camp, are you?
Oh, I am. I'm
Oh,
coming to
okay.
San Antonio. I'm coming to San Antonio. Actually, me and two of the guys from my office, we're going to be down there. You're going to be there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know,
Yeah, we enjoy
I
that.
wouldn't
Good.
miss these opportunities,
No,
man. Mm-mm,
no.
mm-mm.
And we're
And
actually going to get there Saturday. So
okay.
we have some time. I again got to be purposeful, right? And so I got to do some pre-planning on making sure that I can meet my people and
Yes,
right because before you know it, it's over and you're on a plane back home and you didn't
100%.
really accomplish what you wanted to. So that's important.
Well, and you hit the nail on the head, I think, because the newer agents that are here, the ones who will see this video and the ones that I'll get a chance to talk to, I've told them Mega Camp needs to be first on your list before you try to go to family reunion, because it's here. I mean, it's maybe a 4 hour drive for us. We don't have to get on a plane,
That's
right?
right.
It's
Right.
a one night stay in a hotel with a buddy, which is
That's right.
cheap.
Yep.
But you should go with a purpose. And everyone who knows me knows that at Mega Camp, it's always 50 to 75 people that I need to meet that I don't already know. When I'm at
Mm.
family reunion, the goal is 100 people. And it has served me well in my business to get out of my shell, to
Yeah.
go up and meet all our friends and family members and cousins and nephews,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Aunts
right.
and
That's right.
uncles.
These are our cousins and our uncle. Yeah,
That's
you like my
exactly right.
cousin in Texas. Yeah.
That's exactly right. So
Yeah.
again, have a purpose. Don't
Yeah.
just go to party. But this is business. I think it's party with a purpose, and
Yes.
definitely look forward to seeing you because
Same
we'll get
here.
a chance to kick
Same
it.
here, Ben. We
And
definitely should be purposeful and try to grab dinner.
yeah,
Like because a lot of times you're going this or and I
yeah,
a lot of the times what happens is I want to go to the BRN stuff and it's
yes,
the same day as our stuff at the office.
indeed. Same here.
So I want to be more purposeful with that. This year is the year of purposefulness.
Yes. Well, I love it. So we've said it, so let's make it happen, man. Even
Yep.
if we have to just grab even a cup of coffee or
Even that.
lunch, just to
I
get
would
together.
love that, Ben.
All
Please.
right. Well, we're going to make it happen, man.
All right.
My brother, you brought the meat this week.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you
Oh
everyone
man.
for being our guest. And if you need anything, Ben, I'm a phone call away.